If you're in debt right now, I need you to understand something. Stopping your spending is not enough. It might slow the problem. It might give you temporary relief, but it will not solve it. Because debt is not just about money. Debt is behavior. Let me explain. Most people think debt is a math problem. They think, I just need to earn more. I just need to cut expenses. I just need to pay it off little by little. And yes, math matters. But if it were only math, most people wouldn't fall back into debt after paying it off. But they do. Again, and again, and again. Why? Because the real problem was never the numbers. It was the habits, the decisions, the emotional triggers. Think about it. How many times have you bought something? Not because you needed it, but because you felt something? Stress, anxiety, frustration, even boredom. Spending becomes a reaction, a temporary escape. And that's where the cycle begins. You don't fix debt by only changing your bank account. You fix debt by changing your behavior. So if you really want to get out of debt, not temporarily, not partially, but for real, you need to follow a different approach. Step 1. Stop creating new debt. This sounds obvious, but it's where most people fail because they try to pay off old debt while continuing to create new debt. That's like trying to empty a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You will never win. This means making hard decisions, cutting unnecessary expenses, avoiding impulse purchases, saying no more often. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable, but discomfort is part of change. Step 2. Face your reality. Most people avoid looking at their debt. They don't know the exact numbers. They don't want to feel the pressure, so they ignore it. But what you ignore controls you. Write everything down. Every debt, every balance, every interest rate. No exceptions. Because clarity removes fear. And when you see the full picture, you take back control. Step 3. Organize your debt. Not all debt is equal. Some have higher interest. Some are smaller but urgent. You need a strategy. You can use methods like the snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debts first to build momentum, or the avalanche method, where you focus on the highest interest debts to save more money over time. The method matters less than one thing: consistency. Because the real power is not in the strategy. It's in sticking to it. Step 4. Negotiate. This is something many people ignore, but can change everything. Banks and creditors are often willing to negotiate. Lower interest rates, better payment plans, sometimes even discounts. Why? Because they prefer to receive something rather than nothing. So don't assume you're stuck. Pick up the phone. Have a conversation. You might be surprised. Step 5. Create control. This is where transformation happens. Because getting out of debt is one thing. Staying out of debt is another. You need a system. A simple, clear system. To track your money. To plan your spending. To avoid falling back into old patterns. It doesn't have to be complicated. A spreadsheet. An app. Even a notebook. What matters is awareness. Because when you control your money stops controlling you. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. None of this works if you don't change your mindset. If you still believe, I deserve this purchase, I'll deal with it later. It's just a small expense. Then the cycle will continue. Because debt is not just financial. It's psychological. It's emotional. It's behavioral. You need to become a different person. Someone who thinks before spending, values long-term over short-term, understands the cost of every decision. And that takes time. It takes effort. It takes discipline. But here's the good news. It's possible. No matter how deep your debt is, there's a way out. Not overnight. Not instantly. But step by step. Decision by decision. Habit by habit. And one day, you will look back and realize something powerful. It was never about the money. It was about who you became in the process. So if you're serious about changing your life, start today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Because the longer you wait, the more expensive the lesson becomes. And remember, if you don't change your mind, the debt will come back. Every time.